Hey YouTube, Rook here from Rook Geek Goodness, my little channel web for all things geeky and cool. And welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to a set of Funko reviews. That's right, we're not doing one review today. We're doing two. We're doing a combo deal for you, if you will. I'm very happy to do a review for these guys here. I picked them up very, very recently. I figured, you know what, it'd be a perfect time to do both these reviews right now. If you got it figured out by the thumbnail, if you haven't, then you got a problem. We're going to be looking at the Emerald City Comic Con exclusive, or rather shared exclusive, of Gambit and the common version of Rogue. Not to be confused with the flight version of Rogue, which is over here, which is a Hot Topic exclusive. And don't confuse this Gambit here with the common version Gambit, which we've already reviewed right here. Although the Emerald City Comic Con one and the common pop share a lot of similarities, like the head sculpt and pretty much a lot of the body work is just reused parts. He does have a different weapon, and he does have a figured stand compared to this guy here who does not have a figured stand and is extremely top heavy and falls down a lot. So we'll do a full breakdown of both these pops. We'll look at the packaging as a whole. We'll look at paint, articulation, and include final thoughts for you, the viewer. Should you spend the money and pick up both these pops and add them to your collection? The Emerald City Comic Con exclusive Gambit pop and the common version of Rogue. Stay tuned, guys. We'll go into a breakdown. Alright guys, we're in a breakdown segment looking at the Emerald City Comic Con 2020 shared Walgreens exclusive Gambit pop, which is this one right here, and the common version of Rogue, not to be confused with her Hot Topic exclusive version. And the very first thing we do in a breakdown segment is look at the packaging and presentation. It'll be much easier to focus on each character individually, and that's what we're going to do right now, starting of course with Gambit. We'll put Rogue aside and come back to her shortly. Now again, don't confuse this Gambit pop with the common version of Gambit, this guy right here. This is a common version of Gambit. There's also an Entertainment Earth version of the same pop here with a little bit different because it's a glow-in-the-dark version, and they have this one right here. Of course, it does sport the traditional Funko box display and design. We'll focus right now here at this pop at the top. X-Men number 554. Great window box display. You may not notice here, but I'll tilt it up. There is a figure stand, which is very, very cool because they did not give us a figure stand with this guy here. As you can tell, there are no holes in the feet. He desperately needs one. This one, I don't know yet because I haven't taken out the packaging. I'm assuming the figure stand will be very, very good to help this guy stand properly. We have a nice shot of him right here. The all-important Funko sticker that says Emerald City Comic Con exclusive. Now this is a Walgreens exclusive. Don't get confused because this is not the Emerald City Comic Con version of the pop. The only difference between the Emerald City Comic Con version and a shared exclusive version is the sticker. There is no other difference between this pop version of Gambit for the shared Walgreens and the ECC with the exception of the sticker. At the bottom here we have Gambit. A nice side shot of what it looks like when we pull him out of packaging. Apologies for the glare. Over here we have the text that says Gambit 554. And of course the back of the packaging which showcases sort of the comic paneling we've seen before and all the characters available in that wave. A nice side shot of Gambit. Of course, if you're not familiar with Gambit's powers, he can kinetically charge any inanimate object to explode with the concussive force of a hand grenade. That's what it is in the comics. That's what his powers do. It's only inorganic material. He cannot charge up organic things. Cards, plates, weapons, that's what he normally charges up. Hence you see the playing cards right here being thrown out and this little energy arc. So that's what his powers are. Of course, he is armed with his bow staff. It might be hard to tell by the packaging right there. There it is. But he does have a bow staff weapon. Focusing now over to Rogue. And the reason why I decided to do both these together, in the comics, both Gambit and Rogue were an item. And eventually they both got married in the later issues of the comics, which is very, very cool. Now, if you're not familiar with Rogue, a little bit of backstory with her, she was really a bad guy to start off in the comics. She was raised by Mystique, we all know of the character Mystique, and she eventually became a good guy, pulled into Charles Xavier's school of gifted youngsters. She has the ability to absorb people's powers, memories, and skills. She'll usually do it for a short period of time. When she touches, it has to be flesh-to-flesh contact, which is kind of weird to get, you know, her husband Gambit here involved, which was really brought up in the comics. So if you never read the comics, there's a lot of backstory between her and Gambit. I do like the pose she's in right here. Sort of this fighting stance. Looks very, very cool. Big head of hair. We're going to see how it looks like we take her out of packaging. I haven't removed any of these packagings yet. There's a first impression video as well. It does say Rogue here. I don't know if she comes with a figure stand. She does indeed come with a figure stand. It might be hard to notice, but she does have one as well, which would be good because she has a big head of hair. It usually makes the characters very, very back heavy. So we'll see what happens here. Nice side shot right there. This is what she would look like when you pull her out of packaging. Pop logo. Over here we have Rogue right there, number 423. And again, same packaging as we saw for Gambit, the blue background and all the characters available in that particular wave. We can look at the packaging side by side if we want to take a real quick gander at both of them to see what they would look like. Let's say if you put them next to each other on a shelf, so it would look like that on a shelf. It does say Gambit and Rogue right there. It does look nice. And the packaging, again, they both share the same sort of blue backdrop comic paneling. It might be hard to notice, but there are comic panels sort of in the background of that packaging. So I do like the way it looks. Let's get both these guys out of packaging and continue the breakdown segment. All right, guys, we have our Emerald City Comic Con Gambit out of packaging and our common version of Rogue also out of packaging. And next thing we do in a breakdown segment is look at the paint and articulation. Again, we have both these pops at the same time. Let's do them one by one. It's much easier to review the pops this way. We'll focus first on Gambit. Again, this is the traditional colors and costume that we've seen Gambit sport before in the comics. And of course, we've talked about him before, this guy right here, the card version of Gambit. I like the way he looks. He does sport the same head sculpt as the card version of Gambit. I love the hair, how it comes off the top of the pop right there. He does have the black hood or mask through his entire pop. I do like the way that looks. Looks very, very cool. Like the attention to detail Funko did do. The red stark cast eyes, I think that looks very, very cool as well. The purplish or pink colored bodysuit and the light blue cut of the color around the pink looks very, very good as well. The boots and of course the top right here share the same color scheme, that sort of cobalt blue colored color. He does have a figure stand, 1-point stand. Does stand very, very well using the stand. Without the stand, no, he's going to fall over. So be wary. Make sure you take the stand out of the package. If you are an out-of-box collector, make sure you remove the stand before you display this pop because you'll have difficulty standing the pop. He is armed with a weapon. He does have his bow staff. You can see it right there. This sort of silver-colored bow staff. Looks very, very nice. Not a whole lot of detail over his wash or anything along those lines, but you know he is armed with it. That's good enough for me. It looks good. He does have the fingerless gloves if you are asking. He does still support that. He does have his brown trench coat, which looks very cool and very similar to the other pop, where it's kind of they're both billowing in the background. Very similar sort of design there. But of course, this Gambit right here does not have a figure stand. He is extremely top heavy, which we talked about before. But Gambit here looks really, really good. Like the way, really love Gambit as a character. Loved him in the comics, and I even like him better as a pop. Now let's focus on Rogue. Rogue looks really good. The only downfall I have for Rogue is this massive set of hair. It is a huge, huge sculpt of hair. It's a massive amount of vinyl. I like the detail, especially the white trim at the top, which is Rogue is known to have as the white top of her hair. It is all white like this color here, the sort of green sort of headband coming at the top. It does have little eyelashes, I like that. And this very cool fighting pose she's in. I like that fighting pose. And the green and yellow bodysuit rather. This is the traditional old school X-Men design. Love the way she looks. Again, massive hair. She would definitely need a figure stand. It is a 1-point figure stand right there. She needs this figure stand to stand properly. Again, out-of-box collectors, you want to make sure you check the bottom of the box to get this figure stand out if you want to pose it. It is a massive thing of hair. You can see how big and a lot of just the sheer amount of size this hair takes up is astounding. It's just so much material here. She definitely needs that figure stand or she will fall down. Again, the bodysuit is a green and yellow design. She even has, I believe, the X-Men logo right there above her chest right there. It looks very, very cool. Let me take a look at it real quickly here. Yep, it is the X-Men design right there. It's hard to notice because it's right by the brown jacket she has on. It looks very, very good. I love the way she looks here. So apologies taking it out of frame. She does have a nice little brown belt right there. It looks very, very good. Altogether, very, very cool pop. Love the way she and Gambit work together right here. That's why I wanted to shoot this as a tandem review because they have such a history in the comics. And I finally got this pop into my collection for the Rogue one. I figure, you know what, it is time to get them as a full review. I'm very happy to bring this to you guys. Let's head over to final thoughts and wrap up this video. Alright guys, final thoughts on both X-Men 554, the Emerald City Comic Con exclusive Gambit pop, and X-Men 423 Rogue, the common version. What do I think about these pops and should you buy them for yourself? Well, the first question you want to ask yourself is the price. How much of these pops are they worth? Are they affordable? The Gambit one here was about $15 US. I did get it at Walgreens. It should be a local Walgreens. If you head out to any Walgreens now, you might be able to find them. They're not too hard to track down. They are hitting local Walgreens as far as the shooting of this video. The Rogue here was about $9. I got her at GameStop. You can get lots of deals at GameStop now. I'm not sponsored by GameStop any stretch of the imagination. I know that they have a lot of deals, and Hot Topic, you can get her for about, I want to say about $9-10 at the most. Nothing more than 10, maybe 12 at the very max to get this Rogue pop. She has such a little tiny body, which we didn't talk about in the breakdown. I do apologize. Her body is very, very, very small, hence the figure stand you do need for that pop. But I think if you're an X-Men fan, if you're a Marvel fan, if you're a Gambit fan and Rogue fan, you have to get these pops and add them to your collection. I'm a massive Gambit fan. That's why I had to pick him up. I love the sculpt. I love the bow staff for him. Looks very, very cool. And I think you guys would like it too. And I hope you do like this video. Remember to click the thumbs up at the bottom of the page. Click the subscribe button. When you subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon to be notified of my latest videos. Of course, last but not least, you can click Windows over here to watch more of my content. Take care, guys. See you next video. And bye-bye.